He was just a cleaner, a tired single dad in a wrinkled uniform, doing night shifts so his little girl could eat breakfast with milk instead of water. He never imagined that one accidental spill, one trembling moment, would change his entire life. Because when the water spread across the CEO's expensive laptop, and the screen flickered, what she saw wasn't just data or files, it was his secret, the reason he worked so hard, the reason he'd never given up. And that night, everything changed. The story begins in the quiet corridors of a glass-walled corporate tower. It was nearly midnight, and the only sounds were the hum of machines and the faint echo of footsteps, his footsteps. Ethan was 34, with calloused hands, tired eyes, and the kind of face that looked older than it should have. Every night he mopped those same floors, cleaned the same smudged desks, and emptied bins filled with papers carrying dreams he could never afford to chase. In his pocket, he carried a crumpled photo, a little girl with 2 missing front teeth and hair tied into messy pigtails. Her name was Lily. She was 6, and she was everything to him. Her mother had left years ago, leaving behind nothing but a note and unpaid hospital bills. Ethan had given up on love, on comfort, on rest, but never on her. He was careful, always careful. But that night, exhaustion won. He was polishing the glass table in the CEO's office, humming softly to stay awake, when his elbow knocked over the mop bucket. Water spilled across the floor, and in one horrifying second, it slid toward the sleek, silver laptop sitting open on the desk. "Please, no, no," he whispered, lunging forward. But it was too late. The water touched the edge, sparks flew, and the screen flickered to black. His heart stopped. He froze, terrified, staring at the expensive machine that probably cost more than his monthly rent. His hands shook as he grabbed tissues, trying to dry it. That's when the office door opened. "Ethan?" The voice made him turn pale. It was her, Amelia Grant, the CEO of the company. 31, sharp as glass, known for her no-nonsense tone and eyes that could cut through excuses. Her heels clicked against the floor as she walked closer, her expression unreadable. "What happened?" she asked, calm but firm. I'm so sorry, ma'am," he stammered. "I was cleaning and I spilled the bucket by mistake. I'll pay for it, I swear. Please, don't." But before he could finish, the laptop beeped. The screen flickered back to life, half-glitched, showing a folder that had opened automatically. Amelia frowned and leaned forward. Ethan froze, realizing what she was seeing. It wasn't her work files. It wasn't company data. It was his. There, across the screen, were dozens of photos, sketches scanned from torn notebooks, and videos of a little girl singing in a small room. There were audio files titled Lily's Lullaby, and a folder named Dreams We Can't Afford. Amelia looked at him, confused. "What is this?" Ethan's throat tightened. "That's my daughter," he said softly. "I've been using the laptop during my breaks only when no one's here. I record her songs and try to edit them, so I can upload them to a music page. She wants to be a singer one day. I know I shouldn't. I just can't afford my own computer." He waited for anger. For the words that would end his job, and everything that depended on it. But instead, she just stared at the screen. One video had started playing automatically, a tiny voice singing a shaky version of "You Are My Sunshine." Amelia slowly sat down, eyes locked on the screen. There was something in that voice, innocence, hope, the kind of raw emotion she hadn't felt in years. Her lips trembled. "That's her," she whispered. Ethan nodded. "She's my everything, ma'am. I didn't mean to cause trouble." For a long moment, the powerful CEO didn't speak. Then, quietly, she said, "I lost my mother when I was 6. She used to sing that song to me." Ethan's eyes widened. There was a sudden silence between them, not awkward, but human. Real. Amelia closed the laptop carefully. "Go home, Ethan," she said softly. "Take care of your daughter. I'll take care of this." He left that night, shaking, certain he'd be fired in the morning. But when he reached home, Lily was awake, drawing under the dim light. She ran into his arms, laughing. "Daddy, did you finish cleaning the big glass house?" He smiled weakly, kissed her forehead, and whispered, "Yeah, sweetheart. I think tonight, something good might happen." The next morning, he walked into work expecting security to escort him out. But instead, he found an envelope on the cleaning cart with his name written neatly across it. Inside was a note. "You once said dreams you can't afford. What if you didn't have to choose between dreams and survival? Come to my office, Amelia." He hesitated, heart pounding, then walked toward her office. Amelia was standing by the window, coffee in hand, looking out at the city below. "I watched all of Lily's videos last night," she said without turning around. "She's incredible." Ethan swallowed hard. "Thank you, ma'am. I didn't mean to cross any lines." "Stop calling me ma'am," she said gently, turning to face him. "Call me Amelia." That day, Amelia made him an offer. She wanted to sponsor Lily's education and help her record her first song. In return, she asked Ethan to stay on as head of maintenance, with better pay and fixed hours. She wanted to create a new policy to support single parents in her company, inspired by him. He couldn't speak. Tears welled up as he tried to say thank you, but no words came out. Amelia simply smiled. "Sometimes," she said, "a little accident shows us what really matters." Months passed. Lily recorded her first song, the same one Amelia's mother used to sing. It went viral. Reporters wrote about the CEO and the cleaner's daughter's story, calling it a modern miracle. But for Ethan, it wasn't fame or fortune that mattered, it was the look on Lily's face when she held her first guitar, the way her laughter filled their tiny apartment. One night, as he tucked her into bed, she whispered, "Daddy, remember when you said dreams are too expensive?" He smiled. "Yeah." She grinned. "They're not, Daddy. You just have to spill a little water sometimes to find them." And he laughed through tears, realizing she was right. Sometimes, the greatest mistakes lead to the most beautiful miracles.